Hey there, it's Mandy Brasser from Streamline for Success, and I am super excited, as always, with a new feature that Keap has released. And I wanted to share this video on how to actually set up your confirmation and reminders for the different types of booking links that you might have in your Keap account. Now, I want to share with you, as you can see here, we've got a variety of different appointments that you can set up, whether you're using something like Keap Pro, Keap Grow as well. And you can actually set up these appointments so that you can share that link with somebody and they can go in and set up a time that works for them in conjunction to the rules that you have and the availability that you have in your own diary, which is fantastic. It saves a lot of backwards and forwards. Now, taking this to the next level, Keap has recently released a new feature that I know a lot of users, including myself, were eagerly awaiting for, to make sure that if people book a time, that they get reminded. We are all super busy in this crazy world that we live in now. So anything we can do to help people to remember to show up is definitely going to make sure, hopefully, that they do show up. So let's get stuck in and let me show you how to actually set this up and some things that you really need to be careful and mindful of with this particular setup. Now, the first thing I want to say is right now, if you are setting up appointments, you need to set up the appointments in the user that you want the appointments related to. So what I mean by that is, say if you're setting it up on behalf of somebody else, you need their user login details to be able to see their appointment types and to be able to set up this automation. Now, I'm sure hopefully this is something that's going to be updated at some point in the near future, but I just wanted to flag, make sure that you logged in as the person that you want to set up those reminders for. So these are the different types of bookings that I have as an example. And you can see here, I've got a free consult, I've got a strategy call, I've got a 30-minute consult, and the list could go on here. Now, I'm going to focus on this free consult. It's a 15-minute appointment, I should say. And it's really to have a quick chat with somebody to see if we might be a good fit to explore working together further. So this is the particular appointment that I'm going to set up some automation based on that actual appointment. So you can see here, as you log into Keap, you'll see your appointments on the left-hand side here under appointments. Now, to set up automation, you want to select the option on the left-hand side here called automation. Now, in here, you've got easy automation and advanced automation. So for those of you who've been around the Keap Infusionsoft ecosystem for some time, the advanced automation is campaign builder, I guess what used to be called sort of campaign builder. And the easy automation is for people like you who want to be able to set it up yourself. And this video, I'm going to take you through the exact steps so that you can set up your reminders yourself. Now, I just want to flag something to keep in mind here. Now, there's some cool functionalities in the advanced area, particularly for those using like Keap Pro. Now, with appointments, because people could have a variety of different appointments that they've booked in at the one time, or maybe they've booked in a couple of the same types of appointments. It does limit our ability to set up automation based on the advanced builder, which is why we need to utilize the cool features that are available in the easy automation area. So just trust me, you definitely want to set this up in here. Now, let's go ahead and start the process of clicking that little plus button there and click on easy automation. Now, Keap has designed this builder so it's very user-friendly with language that hopefully most people will understand. So when this happens, then do this. And this builder is fantastic to help guide you through what that experience will be like and what you want to have happen and when. So when something happens, let's do this. So let's configure. So when, and the first option we want to select here is because we've got somebody booking in our 15-minute free consult, we want to acknowledge the fact that when an appointment is scheduled. So we want to select that option here. Now, this next screen, you get to choose what type of appointment do you want the system to acknowledge that they've scheduled. Now, you can do any appointment if you would like. So that means any appointment that's been scheduled, then you can go in and have the same automation on the back end of that. Now, if you want to keep things simple, do it that way and just keep everything generic. We know that some of users out there, perhaps this is you, want to tailor the message based on the type of appointment that is happening, whether it's more of a cold or a cold lead or a prospect versus a client. They're going to have a different relationship with you, and your follow-up is probably going to be quite different. So I would suggest, if you are looking at splitting that out, then you can definitely go ahead and select the specific appointment type and customize it based on that. So let's go ahead and do that. As I said before, we're going to look at the free consult, the 15-minute. So when that free consult is scheduled, and then we select this next button, what do we want to have happen next? So when that's scheduled, what do we want to do? Well, I want to go ahead and send an email. So let's go ahead and select send an email. Now, right now, there doesn't appear to be templates related to the appointments. Now, I would encourage you, if you're watching this video, make sure you check this list. Hopefully this is something that's coming soon. But in the meantime, we're going to go start with a blank email, and trust me, it's not too difficult anyway. You can start with that, and I can show you, and I'm about to show you how to merge these details in anyway. But just for future reference, hopefully that's going to come soon, and you don't need to completely do this from scratch. So let's go ahead and start with a blank email. Okay, so we have this blank email. We want to go ahead, and what is the title of that email? Now, this is more of an internal reference. And so you can go ahead and put in whatever you want here. I'm going to put free consult confirmation. And I put your session is, whoops, helps if I can spell, is confirmed. Now, what you want to do here, because we're going to take advantage of the automation that's available, we can actually merge in details of the appointment, which is fantastic news for you and I, because there might be some specific information, particularly around when is that appointment occurring, what's the date, what's the time, any pre-appointment instructions that you want to share, and so on and so forth. So it really does help us to bring in the important information to let the person know. So let's go ahead and start typing an email here. So and this little hash icon here is where we can merge in details of the contact. So let's go ahead and merge in the first name. Hi, first name. You're all set for your upcoming session. Now, we can also merge in the appointment name here. So let's go ahead and click in there, and let's go and merge in appointment. We can put in the appointment name there. Oops. Please see the details below. Now, what we can do here is go in and merge all of those details. So we've got the appointment name, if we wanted to put that in again. We can merge in the appointment location, appointment date, excuse me, time range. And I wish that we could just quickly select them all, but we've got to go back here at the moment. So hopefully by the time you're watching this video, they may have improved that, but this is fine anyway for the moment. Time range, duration, pre-appointment instructions. Now we have a cancelled link if you want to give people the option to cancel, and then a reschedule link there as well. So they are all of the components related to merging in the appointment details. Now, of course, you can go ahead and put in titles for all of these. Let's go appointment type. It really helps if I could spell today. Appointment type, location, date, time range, start. And you may not want all of these details either, so just keep that in mind. I like to start with all of it. test it out, just see what you're happy with, what you want to display there. If it's a bit of duplication, like the duration and the time range, then you may want to get rid of some of that. Pre-appointment instructions. Can't make it anymore. Click here. Or want to reschedule. Click here. All right, so I'm fine with that. Of course, you want to go ahead and customize this, make it more warm and fuzzy, whatever your kind of feel is that you want to provide that person, because they have taken an important step of booking a time with you. Now, I guess the purpose of these emails is actually to get them to show up. So anything you can do in this creating this experience that we're just putting together now to help build their excitement. I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of just re-engage them as to the reason why they would have booked it in the first place. These emails are the place to do that. So I'm only just kind of putting in basic stuff here, but just keep that in mind with when you put the email copy together. Look forward to speaking with you soon. And you can bring in your signature here. There's probably a bit too many lines there. All right, so we have an email title. So I'm talking here, and this is an internal reference, the free consult confirmation. I really want this to go as soon as they book in that particular type of appointment. Your session is confirmed, and these are the details. Of course, you can go ahead and bold different things, bold, start time, etc., etc. So customize this however you see fit. Now, I also wouldn't mind putting in the appointment title in the subject line. So if that's something you want to do, you can also, whoops, I've just put it in there, but you should be able to pop that in up there as well. So if you just copy that, that should be fine. Okay, so we have set up our first email. Now, as you could see from this whole process of selecting here, selecting a merge field, and then having to go and select another one, what I would recommend that you do right now in the absence of templates is go and just copy that information. So select all of that detail, go ahead and copy it, because when we put the other reminders together, we can just pull in a lot of, basically all of that, and just update the necessary bits and pieces that we need to do. All right, so I'm all good with that. I'm going to go ahead and click that next button. Now we are given the option here about, well, when do you want this email to go? Now, I want this particular email to go immediately. As soon as they book that appointment, I want them to get this email with all of the details. So we can go ahead and click done. All right, so that email, so when that particular appointment is scheduled, then this confirmation email is going to go right away. Now, we don't have to stop there, right? Particularly if somebody books something 4 weeks out, 2 weeks out, or whatever the time frame, we need to be mindful that potentially we have a number of days or weeks or potentially even months that we need to keep in touch with this person and make sure that they're still able to attend and get them excited. So what I would suggest that you do is put in some reminders here. So we've put in the first one, we want to add another one, and we want to send another email. So we can go and start with a blank email. And I'm going to just immediately paste that information that we copied from the last email so that I don't accidentally forget that I copied it. Now, this is a free consult, and I'm going to make this one 3 days before. Now, you can customize this however long on average sort of the most person could book an appointment with you. So as I said, this could be a month, this could be weeks, it could be a week. So feel free, you can add as many reminders as you can. These ones that I'm putting together now are probably the bare minimum of a 3-day, a 1 day, and a 1 hour before, but it's completely up to you how you wanna do it. So we've got that free consult 3 days before. I'm going to customize the subject line. We're on in 3 days' time. And I'm going to merge, copy all of that code there. And we've got the first name in there. Now, because we copied all of the information from the first email, we don't want them to receive exactly the same email again. So, hi, we're on, really struggling with typing today. We're on in only 3 days' time. Looking forward to speaking with you further about XYZ. And of course, yep, go ahead and customize that as you see fit. And we're pretty much done there. So I'm good with that. I'm going to go ahead and click next. Now, this is important because we have to update this so that it doesn't go immediately, because we already have another email going immediately. We've got the confirmation email. Now, this is going to happen 3 days before the appointment. So let's go ahead and click delayed. And we've got wait until a specific date, or wait until an event. So let's go ahead and wait until an event. So what we want to do is we can do 3 days before an appointment. Now, one thing about this, one thing I haven't confirmed actually, is what time of day 3 days before actually is. So I would normally go ahead and calculate that out. So I would do how many hours before the appointment is 3 days, which is 24, 48, what's that, 60? No, 62? Oh gosh, put myself on the spot here. 24 times 3. 72. I wasn't even close. All right, 72 hours before the appointment, right? Just because I want it to go, like if they've booked something at 11 o'clock, I want it to go 11 o'clock 3 days before, because I know typically if they're awake at, if they book something in at 11 o'clock and in the morning, they should be awake. So we've got that happening. So we've got the confirmation email. We've got 3 days before the appointment. Awesome. And I want to go ahead and go and do the next action. Then I want another email to go. Start with a blank email. I'm going to paste all of that in, and I've just done what I thought. Let's go back here. Let's go back into here. And of course, you can edit these at any time. I know I've sort of brushed over that, but go back in here. Okay, so you can see you can go and edit any of these. So just click on that little edit button and you'll be able to edit. And we want to go into that email, that final one. All right, so this is going to be the free consult 1 day before. Now, technically, let's go 24 hours before. So we're on tomorrow. On tomorrow. Anyway, you can customize that however you see fit. On tomorrow. Okay. Looking forward to speaking with you about XYZ tomorrow. Here are the details. Now, you may want to specify here, if you cannot cancel 24 hours before, you may want to just remove that option completely altogether. Your time is precious, so's the person that's booking in. So you may want to go, well, basically you can't cancel 24 hours before. So you can just get rid of anything that's not applicable here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Again, customize it. You're getting down to the crunch time here. 24 hours before, then you want to get them really excited about coming, what they're going to get from the call, those sorts of things. So once you're happy with the copy, go ahead and click next. And like we did with the previous email, we want to hit that delay option, wait until an event, and we want to wait 24 hours before the appointment. So let's go ahead and click done. Okay, great. So we've got confirmation, we've got 3 days before, and then we've got 24 hours before. So let's do our final email, which will be 1 hour before. Let's go ahead here. And I think I've just done it again. I think I didn't copy. Let's go in here and copy it again. Okay, let's go into, oops, we might just have to get out of there. Right, that's done. Send an email and start with a blank and pop that in there. So final one, which is free consult, 1 hour before, starting in 1 hour. We're on in 1 hour. Now, of course, you may decide like you don't need all of this stuff. We're mentioning we're on in an hour. With deliverability, we need to factor in that potentially there may be some discrepancies here. It may go a little later, a little earlier. It should most of the time go at an hour, but just something to keep in mind. So you've already sent a couple of emails, so you may not want to include all of this stuff. The important things is, give them in some instructions of, and this is probably the case for all of the emails, is what do they need to do? Are you calling them? Are they calling you? Are you joining an online meeting? Make sure that's really clear in the confirmation as well as the reminders as well, which isn't quite here. You might have it in the pre-appointment instructions, but I just want to flag that here because I don't know about you, but I've booked times with people and then it gets to the just about to start and I'm like, oh bugger, how am I supposed to actually connect with this person? Am I calling them? They're calling me? I don't know what's happening here. So just keep that in mind, particularly on this last one. Make it really clear. I'll be calling you on, and I would be merging in their phone number if that's something that you specifically asked for at this time. And yep, go ahead, let them know, super excited, blah, blah, blah. You're all good to go. All right, so once you're happy with the copy, let's go ahead and click next. And of course, we want to delay this, wait until 1 hour before the event, and let's go ahead and done. All right, so we have the first confirmation. As soon as they book that free consult appointment, we have 3 days before, we have 24 hours before, and we will have 1 hour before. Of course, if you want to add more, please go ahead and do so. There's no harm in that at all. You just might want to consider what the user experience is. You may not want to bombard people, but you also want to give people the opportunity and chance to be reminded so that they actually show up. So be really considerate of that. I mean, particularly for your client appointments, I find that a lot of our clients, I book with them on a call, or we've spoken about, we know exactly that we're having a call at that specific time. So we don't need as many reminders for our client calls because they've paid money to have time with me, so that's usually fine. But for some of these free consults, then that might be something definitely worthwhile just to get them excited and encourage them to show up. All right, so let's go ahead and preview that. So we've gone ahead, and when a free consult is scheduled, then immediately we get that confirmation email gets sent out. We wait 72 hours, and then they get the 3 day before reminder, and I might even just change that to avoid confusion. 72 hours before. Done. Yep, great. Done, sweet. Okay, so 72 hours before, they get the 72 hour before email. 24 hours before, they get the 24 hour email, and 1 hour before, they get the 1 hour before email. Now, one thing I really wanted to flag here, which I absolutely love that Keap thought about this, because the original launch of this easy automation for the appointment scheduling didn't include this. And I've been talking to the developers, and I'm super excited that they released it. So we might have the scenario that somebody books a call and they receive the confirmation, they get the 72-hour reminder, but something happens and they have to cancel. Now, prior to this next thing that I'm going to show you, even if they cancel the appointment, the final reminders of 24 hours before or 1 hour before would still go to this person. So not a great user experience. So now, thankfully, it's defaulting as a stop. So as soon as an appointment of this particular type is cancelled, then the automation will completely stop. Now, when I looked at this, I was initially concerned that, okay, this doesn't specify what type of appointment, but I have spoken directly with the developers. They have confirmed that it's only whatever this particular appointment that's scheduled. As long as they just cancel that type, then this automation will stop. So great news for you. You don't have to do anything else. It looks like it's all part of the default setup for this type of automation now, which is great. So of course we can go ahead and publish. As soon as you publish, of course, anyone that's going to be using that booking link will start to receive those emails. So you may want to go ahead and just do a test first, which I probably should have done in here. So you can send yourself some test emails. And I love this feature that Keap has also released recently is, okay, we want the test emails to go to this one, but what contact do you want to use? We've got some dummy contacts in here. So it's going to populate that test email with a bunch of data from that specific contact record, which is great when you're testing, just to get a sense of what's the data that's going to be appearing in those merge fields, which is great. What I would also recommend that you do is go ahead and actually test it out. Use your own booking link, and you can see here I've got 4 emails that have been sent to me. But use your own booking link as well and just get a sense of what that experience will be like for a person as they book an appointment and the reminder emails that are going to follow up on the back of that. Of course, as I said, you can check out those 4 emails that have been sent as well. So I think that's pretty much it. Actually, one final thing that I would recommend you do is go in, once you've set it up, go in and rename the automation. So I'm going to go free consult scheduled. That way, whenever you come here, you know exactly which automation, because at the moment it defaults to my automation, which, you might start getting a big list. And yes, that might get a little overwhelming just to try and find which one that you're actually looking for. So that's pretty much it. That is basically how you can set up some automation on the back of people booking in time with you to schedule an appointment, so they get the confirmation and you can follow up with them with reminders to actually, ideally, hopefully, increase the chance of them actually showing up. Now, one other thing I wanted to flag with this setup is I hadn't mentioned about what happens if somebody reschedules. Now, if somebody reschedules, it basically... oh, that's exciting. My automation's gone. Oh, here we go. That's exciting. So don't do what I just did. Oh, here we go. We're back in business. I'm not sure what happened there. I've got to love technology. But I wanted to flag what happens with the reschedule process, because we have that link included in a bunch of those emails. Hey, if you need to reschedule, that's fine. So you may be wondering, well, the automation only stops if they cancel, but what happens if they reschedule? It basically sort of stops, but it comes and starts again. So I've confirmed that with the developers as well. So you don't need to worry too much about that. The same automation is going to be kicked off for you. All right, so that's it. It's been Mandy Brusser here from Streamline for Success, and I hope that's been helpful, and hopefully you've got the steps here that you can go ahead and duplicate and set this up in your own Keap account to easily remind people to show up to your appointments. And remember, create that experience, create some excitement. And really the purpose here is to get them to show up. So what else can you do in those emails and that follow up to get them to attend that appointment with you? All right. If there's any questions or you need any further information, I'm sure with this video there's some instructions on how to get in touch, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.